And welcome back to this week's Half Hour Henshin, the only half-hour show that keeps adding more shows to talk about every week.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, it's a great time for Toku. I mean, I think I might watch Ultraman Blazer like as well too when that starts showing up because the main villain of Conrad Drive is actually the lead.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
did keep
Heart
saying,
Sama.
yeah, we definitely at some point said we were going to watch Ultraman, so that's a whole nother to be
Oh,
watched.
man.
Whoa.
And then we're just gonna speed run everything every week. Oh my god, it's gonna be
That's just how
funny
it
as
is,
hell.
and it'll be even funnier when we have weeks that we talk about comics, weeks that we talk about other things. I mean, there's a lot of good Toku stuff coming out. I'm about to
Hmm.
have next week. I'm about to have the one of the better weeks of oh no, not next week, the week after that. I'm gonna have a great week watching. On Wednesday night, going to watch Shin Kamen Rider, and then the next day,
Ooh,
Thursday,
that's right.
then the next Wednesday at Thursday, I'm going to watch the first showing I can of Spider Verse.
Oh wait, is that soon?
Yep,
Oh
Spider
crap.
Verse is like the second, but you know they always do some Thursday showings, so
Hmm.
I will be going to that. But until then, we have the weekly stuff to talk about.
Yep. Yeah, we have Geets, we have King Oger, and I guess Jasaris is weekly now. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Desaris on GGE channel. Uh,
Mhm.
Honestly, so happy about just being able to get an official release of something.
Yeah, I know, right?
Uh, but with that, Geets continuing the desire, or yeah, the writer royale. Whew. His sister not knowing that he's a writer even after everything is really something.
Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like the biggest issue with this is just the fact that they're gonna have to end up fighting each other
Yep,
because only one can, and it's like
yep. And Kikara, just kind of playing it like, oh, she made me do it. She made me do.
yeah. I'm like, God damn
Uh,
it, Kekka.
yep. And then the worst part is with that is just with the later on him being like, "Don't worry, you'll see what the misery coming from this is is gonna be."
Yeah. Oh man, one
Ooh.
of the things I like is like how like this current game is to collect all the broken rider cores, and whoever collects the most can expel a rider from the game. And they said, oh yeah, it's because one person has cheat powers.
Yeah,
just calling out Buffa. It's hilarious.
that one's really good. I really love the scene between Jin and Ace. I love the vibe with everything, and I love the I'm your supporter first and foremost, which is great because I especially with the scene right afterwards being like oh even if this new emotion I'm seeking will cause us to drift away or whatever to never see each other.
Hmm. Yeah, and
uh
I don't like, and it's like this week's like I think the intro like did change a little bit to like show like more Desire Royale stuff.
yes, it did. It
Like
had the little intro. We've had it, and it changed a bit last week too when we had the first big Desire Royale episode where now it shows like all the other writers and then Buffa and Geets like superimposed as like the two main.
yeah. And then after that, looks like we're looks like the place that we're at is the place where Baroba destroyed
Yep.
like like 15 episodes ago.
Yeah, I mean, you know how it is. We got to reuse some locations.
Hmm. And also Kay was still trying to hide being a writer and like in camouflage.
Yeah, the camouflage stuff was really funny. I mean, Kayla continues to just vaguely be endearing over his sister. It is really sad that they're both in Royale now because obviously, yeah, there can only be one. And yeah, no, that's basically the end of that. Buffa shows up to fight. I mean, Buffa just continues to tear
Hate.
through everyone. Yeah.
Oh man. After that, once again, and then every single time I see him, I'm so tired of seeing Notch Barrow.
Oh my god, yeah, the Notch Spurs meme where it's like that meme was like, I'm sick of this guy.
Yeah. Oh man. Also, I really love how the ninja is able to do like the whole curtain thing, the curtain hide,
Yeah,
like in
yeah.
plain sight. I love that.
It was really nice, and it was really smart of him to use that basically to just trip up Buff instead of trying to beat him.
Hmm.
And
After
he
that,
Nod
yeah,
Sparrow, yep, gonna
yeah, Notch
sacrifice
Sparrow
his
just has so many
yeah, he's gonna
already.
sacrifice his lead, quote unquote, to give him and be like, hey, if you guys win, just wish Buffa out. I'm totally not playing both sides here.
Hmm.
Uh and I
And
just love
after that, yeah,
mhm.
talking about the lounge, pretending to be Kawa, pretending to be a supporter.
Yep, and I love everyone else knows, and Neon's like, yep, that's definitely a supporter, all right.
It's so funny.
Especially because he found a Tanuki statue.
Yeah.
The vibes between Ace and Buffa are still immaculate. He just comes and brings them food, and they just kind of chat. And it's like, I'm gonna defeat you with the like. It's so funny to think about the fact that like I feel like regardless of what he says, I think Buffa really has come to like I don't know care for Geet, see him as like an equal like he vibes with Geets a bit, whether he
Hmm.
wants to or not.
Yeah. And then it moves yeah, and after that scene, like we get a scene with Samuri and the new game master, and the game master like saying, "Oh yeah, we're get ready to leave. We're leaving."
Yep.
It's like and it's like you can tell Samuri is like not happy with this.
Especially because he's basically all like, oh, I didn't ask for a navigator's opinion.
Yeah.
We also know that someone is following Kawa's sister, someone in a suit. So we don't have the exact details for that. We just saw it happen. But the biggest thing from this episode is obviously Geets and Ace talking about who Buffa's, or I said Geets and Ace, Geets and Buffa talking about who Buffa's next target is going to be. It turning out that Nodge Sparrow has totally sold them out, only for Nodge Sparrow to be the one who ends up getting taken out by Buffa.
Yeah. Oh man. And I was like, I was so satisfied with that. Like I was like, I'm just tired of that dude.
Oh man, I'm sure you were so sad because I mean Buffa basically can't lose to writers at the moment. We'll see how it goes, but
Yeah.
especially the ending. His thing gets crushed. He's about to he disappears. He's about to like get rid of it or whatever, and we see our Jamato man, Archimedes. It's Archimedes, right? I don't
Yeah. Archimedo.
Archimedes uh, shows up, steals the badge, but like, I'm taking this fertilizer, and he runs off. All I could think of is, man, you are sick of seeing him, but I don't think he's done coming back.
Oh man, I love Archimedo. Archimedo's been like a really
No, no,
really
no. I
yeah.
meant sorry. I was talking about specifically Nodge Sparrow because
Oh yeah.
If Archimedes taken the core, he might come back as a Jamato basically.
Oh yeah. True.
Which means it's like, bro, he died and we're not getting rid. He got retired, and we can't get rid of him.
Hmm. And also another big thing is that Win is back.
Yeah, our boy Punk Jack,
Yeah, Punk
best.
Jack's back. Hell yeah.
Yeah, one of the other best boys in the show is finally back, and then we finally
Uh,
get upon the closure of this GGP series, any and all facts and memories of the GGP shall be wiped clean from this world.
ugh.
Yep.
Yeah, I was like, I am not happy with that. Also, I'm surprised. Like, also it's really funny too because in the preview we still see Geets and Buffa sharing food together. Also, what does it mean by a grand end draws near? I don't feel comfortable with this.
Yeah, yeah. All I can think of right off the second is maybe there's going to be like end of the game that's not going to be like the end of our show.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
All I can think of right now is maybe the possibility of what's it called something else going on. Basically, the possibilities I'm thinking of like the quote unquote DGP ending and the possibility of maybe Geets even chasing them into the future, because like you said, his enemy right now aren't writers, it's the DGP itself.
Mm-hmm.
Which very cool. We're not, obviously this is more, we're getting more setup episodes now that we're technically in a new game.
Mm.
And honestly, I kind of like that. I feel like both shows going so hard at the same time. Because we
Yes.
need a little bit of lull before the hype.
Yes.
Uh,
Oh man. And talking about lull before the hype, yeah, let's talk about GGE channels. F8AB86 just RS.
yeah. We could keep calling it just RS. We could honestly, since it's the hex code for pink, we could even call it pink.
Yeah.
Hex pink or something. I don't know.
Also, like,
Continuing.
yeah, like honestly, it just makes me laugh that we're, oh man, like okay, it's like, yeah, we'll just go through the episode. Like, yeah, we see the girl like dying in the intro again.
Yep. And
Yeah.
again, we for people, these episodes are freely available on GGE channel on YouTube. They are really cool, and we're obviously going to be going into some spoilerish stuff now. So, just warning
Man,
people a little bit.
I just realized these episodes are called kills. So like this episode is Kill 2, A Flower Blooms in a Ruin.
Yep.
Yeah. So we basically see her being surrounded by like a bunch of like army guys and like being chased, and then we see mysterious man holding book and like a little toy robot now. And what's really funny is that the lesson that was learned from the last episode, which is run to the left.
Yeah, people have a habit of running to the left, so
Yeah, turn right. Yeah. and that's how she legitimately escapes. It's so funny. Like, yeah, and then we just get mysterious bastard, and I love it.
Yep. And I mean, these episodes are shorter, so we don't have to super go in depth, but into a scenario where she gets stuck into a fight and we get mysterious bastards show up to like save her, fighting all these guys. Just picks up the gun too.
Yeah, it's great. Like he basically just like just rolls around, just beats them up. Also, I really like, the more I watch, it's like I really want that jacket.
The jacket's very good. I do vibe with the jacket.
Yeah,
We get to see the worlds switch. They switch sets into like a really cute, like almost like Wonderland set.
yeah, and it's really cool too, because like you basically find out in the episode is that they're in a world that is discarded toys.
Yep, these are like the souls of discarded toys, and that's why they're attacking her. But the big thing is, he borrows her phone, and using her phone, he logs into basically his henshin.
Yeah, it's so cool. Like basically just puts into his headset, transforms, and it's man, it's so cool. I love the henshin.
Yeah, the henshin was not what I was expecting. First of all, the first immediate change from it looking like him to it looking like some weird CG version of him, I was like, oh, what's going on here? For then that CG version of him to be wiped away and to be like, oh, it was only a projection on this like robot body.
Yeah.
And then the robot body just like transforms, just like like literally a transformer transformation, where like parts of it come out from the inside into the full suit.
Yeah, like honestly, that suit actually looks pretty cool. It feels like there's a lot going on in it, but it actually works. It works.
Yeah, it's definitely like a busier suit as far as all things are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
It does work. It looks really cool. We had a pretty good fight sequence with him, running around. He summons his scythe. The scythe is really cool. When I first saw it, the only thing I could think of was like, everyone can complain all they want about like about the fact that like, oh, Bandai is always going to be producing like the toys and stuff, but like sometimes you want to get them,
Yeah, exactly.
And all I could think about, like, oh, the one thing that's gonna suck is that because it's like a budget production, it's not like they're gonna be able to make a toy scythe to just sell like that.
I know, man.
Which is really
that'd be sick.
Yep, which is really funny because we do get like hey, we do have official merch at the end.
Yep.
But it's some cool stuff. I need to see if there's a way for me to order it actually here, but
Yeah, and then we basically see like the main thing that they're trying to do is that collect those little stickers. I'm assuming from different worlds.
I'm assuming they're from different worlds. I'm assuming they're from like Lost Souls or something. He obviously has a Grim Reaper theme going on through this and the opening. Um,
Mhm.
and then after we get the explanation, we get this cool scene which is like where he pulls out like a gun, and he's like, "Oh, it's a toy gun, right?" And without saying, he just shoots her and she dies.
Yeah, I mean like yeah like the yeah like the whole thing is this, and he just tosses it because like it is just a toy, but
Yep.
but yeah, it really looks like he really is just like messing around with like essentially making his own version of Decade, where it's basically just going to different worlds and doing this. I'm really curious about what these other like suited what these other suits are for though. Like I
Yeah.
really want to see like what kind of conflict there is with them or if there is any.
Right. Right. All I know is that so he seems to be going to these worlds. I don't know if these are supposed to be virtual worlds that he's logging on through these like robot avatars because we see him in like a neon city in the first episode, and the first thing that happens is he's getting his like notice of dismissal. And so all I can think of is like whatever he worked for like an agency that did something, and so now those are the other agents who still work for the agency coming after him.
Mm,
But
maybe.
I have no context. So yeah. So
Yeah, like it's all mysterious, but at least we got a lot more action this episode, which is great. And
yeah,
we kind of got the idea that like, oh yeah, they are going to different worlds to see this stuff.
there and she
And it's
has.
also,
Yep.
I guess she's just gonna die every episode.
She might. I mean, the main thing that he says in that first episode is you have to if you want this to end, you have to kill me. If not, I have to kill you. And
Yep.
he gives her the chance to kill him. So I don't know what's gonna happen with this in general, just because of the fact that like in the opening there's the whole scene where he like stabs himself and from the blood comes out like his suited version but in red. And so I have no idea if this is like a she died and this is like an afterlife guiding kind of thing. I have no idea if this is like a cyber thing where she's stuck in like these cyber worlds that they're like going into through like the robot avatars. I don't know. There's like a lot that could be going on, and especially with the like if she kills him, she lives? Question mark. So maybe it's kind of like a god of death who's like decided to like take pity on this girl, and if she kills him she can come back, but obviously she doesn't know anything as like a wayward spirit. The opening is still really good. I like the song. I like the action for it. I All I can think about though whenever I see the opening is that scene of him like tossing the apple, and I don't know if you've seen that there's like the meme of like I think it's like
Oh,
Eminem.
yeah, Eminem throwing a rat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
throwing the rat, like rat be upon you.
yeah. Uh,
That's all I can
I,
think of every time I see that open.
I love those memes. Rat be upon ye.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, cool premise still. Enjoying the yeah, and just enjoying everything.
Yeah, it's oh man, it's so cool. Like I honestly can't wait to see more of it. Like I really hope it is like weekly because I'm really invested in it now. Even
Yeah,
if it is just because I just really like the actor.
I mean
And
the story's pretty good. I can't fault you for being invested. I'm pretty invested. Anyway,
uh
speaking about other things we're invested in, King Oger.
yeah, talking about stories.
Yeah, oh man. Talking
Oh man.
We get a story about the great legacy of, the what's it called? The Legend King Oger, how they came together. We get this guy with a metal face coming through to
Yeah,
talk to Bugnarok, basically.
supposedly helped the Bugnarok.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Never been a more supposedly. And they put King Legend into the opening now in between through the thing of them as
Hmm.
their transformed scene, so that's pretty cool. As always, King Frackle taking credits and seeing our favorite extra in the crowd.
Yeah.
King
I,
Rackles is so cool.
at the same time, he is like he is afraid of something. Probably the Bugnarok.
I mean, he's afraid of something. He's questioning Dabowski. We'll
Yeah,
see.
about where. Yeah, like where's Gira? And then I really love this sequence because like I'm getting I mean, okay I was basically just saying this, but like they're all different sorts of stupid, and I love them so much.
Oh yeah,
Like, yeah,
absolutely.
like you're basically coming up with these ideas of how Gear is supposed to come back to life. Like, he basically chooses to be a zombie. We basically get a Common Rider line from Yanma. Men always want to become an android.
Yeah, they want to become cyborgs. Himeno's
Uh,
like, oh my god, we gotta do this as like a deity kind of thing. He'll come back as the beautiful deity, a sign from heaven.
it's so funny,
It's really funny. And then my favorite part is just the fact that Rita's like, this is stupid, I'm leaving, and
and
she accidentally gets like baited by Himeno being like, well, this is a show about Monfun. Do you know about it? So, this week the children, and then she just screams and runs
yeah,
off, and it's like, I haven't seen this week's episode. No spoilers.
it's so good. Like I actually have a screenshot of that. Like, no spoilers, just so I can spam it other in other places.
Yeah, yeah, look, it's good.
Yeah,
Oh man.
Rita's great, and it's really funny too because I really like this whole idea of like storybooks and stories and like
Yep.
bedtime stories that are like being told here,
And
and
like
then
the thing being stories are stuff you need to believe in so you can get through the day.
mhm. And after that, we basically see Death Rock, like basically like talking about how like, oh well, it's a good everything's going to plan because there's another phase to the three guardian spirits,
Yep.
and I'm like,
And we're
oh damn.
and we're gonna take all this out. Basically, they're like, Giro, we're coming out. And this mysterious fellow basically shows up and kidnaps Gira and doesn't let him come out. Do you side with the Bugnarok? It's like, I just don't like commotion. And he just runs off with Gira.
Yeah, and it's cool because he just straight up runs up a building.
Yep, he just
Yeah.
jumps down. And I mean, here's the thing. It's obvious from the way they're doing it that later on, it's one of those things where, like, where, like, you see someone, like, flying around and doing stuff, and you're like, you don't know what's going on. But from the sound effects, obviously, he's using the silk and whatnot, you know?
Mhm.
I always love that stuff in anime where you see someone flying or whatever, and then it's like, oh, he's using wires that we just couldn't see before.
Yeah, and and
Uh,
and and. And then this mysterious man basically like brings Gira to an alleyway, and then they they talk about poop.
yeah.
Literally, they talk about poop, and it's like, well, poop tells a story, and I'm like, I hate this so much. It's so true, but I hate it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how you gotta do, that's why you gotta do some stuff for doctors when they need to
Yeah,
check
exactly.
on your health. But I mean, basically, we get to see uh, King Oja Legend basically instantly delete the Bugnarok of this week. But it turned out that one basically infected the mech and basically blew him up once she died
Yeah,
from the inside. Uh, the three greater guardian spirits got captured by one of the eggs by Bugnarok and got taken into the sky. And Bugnarok was like, haha, witness the miracle. And then nothing happened. Nothing happened. And it's like, I did everything the prophecy said. And you see the guy on top of the cocoon where they all got held up. And I do love that, like, it's not just because of the effects, but obviously just the way he moves is obviously hinted as he's being like held on strings, which is like the spider theme is obviously very fitting. Uh,
yeah,
I also really
yeah.
like the spider theming because you got to remember that arachnids are not bugs.
I keep forgetting that. It bugs me that they're
It,
not bugs.
yeah, but they're not, which means he's not with Bugnara.
Yeah, and then he basically puts the three great guardians into his venom shooter, and produces a key which unlocks his mask.
Yep, he
And then
basically like uses the key, and it's like, "We'll rise high into the heavens," and here we have the secret treasure, and it's just the key to his mask.
yep, and then we basically find out who this is. Just Jeremy Brasieri.
Yep, we get his
An
name.
old-fashioned storyteller.
Yep, we get his name, and it's like, I mean, this guy's definitely got the fancy outfit underneath the cloak. He's got the like face tattoos. He goes off. Just an old fashioned storyteller. Just instantly, basically destroys Bugnarok. But we get a like fake thing, so
Yeah,
obviously
fake.
that wasn't the real him.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
and
then we
well,
get the captain of the line. It's like
yep,
I love his final line. And of the man who will become a king.
yep. This is the story
Yes,
about me.
it's so good because you think it's about Gira the entire time, but no, it's about Jeremy. It's so good. I
It's
love it.
about it's about Jeremy. But the biggest thing that's why that's something that always like bugged me. Basically, we um since we found out for sure that Gira is Rackle's brother, that the man that will become king, I don't know, that didn't fit him as well. Because if he's a prince, he's already someone who could become king, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Where it wasn't just like, oh, he's a random guy who's becoming king. No, no, no. He's someone who has a legitimate claim. But with this, it's like, oh no, no, no. He is just some guy.
Yeah, just an old fashioned storyteller. Oh man, but after that, we do see that like in the next episode, we're finally going to see like his actual transformation. So I'm excited to see what he can do
Yep.
on that end. So I'm excited.
Yep. We're gonna see if there's gonna be some sort of challenges, or something going on with him. The fate of the world, myself, and this is my story to dictate. The king of the in between and what he is here to do. So I am interested to see what he's gonna do. I do kind of like the fact that compared to the others, he's got like the gun blade that also like when he holds it, the blade's like pointing down and stuff. So it's like
Ooh, yeah, reverse grips.
yeah, you got like the reverse grip for it. The suit's pretty cool. I do like the little gold accents on it. It's really nice. And now the main thing I'm interested in seeing like his book or what's going to go on with that, because obviously the original prophecy was something that I don't know if he made up or what is going on with that case to be like if it was just something he made up to get Bugnarok on his side, if it was something else or what's going on with that. The main thing that I can think of right now is we were talking about how you were talking about how like, oh man, this is huge where we're going back to basics in some regards. We're getting a real evil bad guy or whatever. And I'm like, what if he's just the mid boss?
Like the funny thing about it though is that like he like technically Death and Rock has died like 4 times, like 3 times already in this show, and like I swear he's basically like a Doombot at this point. It's kind of great.
Yeah, yeah, honestly. It's pretty good. Uh Especially because like you said, it felt like it was a final fight last episode, but now we're moving just on to something else. I'm really
Yeah,
curious about what we're gonna do with this, quote
exactly. And we
unquote
still
real Six Ranger. We still have no idea what's going on with like the fake deities that Rackles is creating. We have no idea
Mhm.
what's going on with just the fact that the zoo gods are currently down.
Yeah, like I'm really wondering about all that stuff. Like now that Jeremy has the greater shoe gods, like does that mean that there's no more Legend King Odra for now too as well, or
Yeah, it could be sealed away. It could be one of those things where I mean they've done it before. I know they've definitely done it like in Power Rangers where it'll be like the actually funnily enough the 2 times I remember it's been like a white and a silver ranger that'll show up and basically like take some of their Zords and basically use them himself for his Megazord.
Mhm.
But
Well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what
yep.
will happen in the future for these
And this
episodes.
still again this is still the thing that has me wondering if we're gonna get technically a Sentai for each of the like specific named shoe gods in King Oger.
Mhm.
Because I mean Kuma was one of them. Spider is a part of King Oger. Uh so I wonder if we're getting some kind of later or if there's gonna be something else to do with that.
Yeah, yeah. There's still a lot of mysteries, and we just need to find out what's gonna happen.
Yep. I mean that is just gonna be the nature of Tokusatsu as a whole. As one show is speeding towards a conclusion, the other one's starting to ramp up because it's near
I
the beginning.
know.
And yeah, and in in a couple months we'll be basically saying the opposite, like, oh man, King Oji is finally like winding down, we've gotten some of these answers and we know what's going on, and we'll be like, Common Writer, whatever it's called, the next one is called, is really starting to ramp up the excitement.
Yeah.
Oof. But with that, we are basically right on the 30-minute mark for once.
Oh hey.
We're really trying. We I feel like we need to be a little bit less summary and a little bit more just talking about the stuff we liked and the stuff we found interesting. And I think we can fit
Mm,
stuff in for sure.
yeah.
Uh, but hey, this show is a work in progress, as we are. So thank you, as anyone who listened, and we will see you next week. Later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by.
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
You can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.